Hi everybody, welcome back to Level Uploading Fight Feelings Face Facts with yours truly, Shay. So of course, you guys know this is my Sitting Up in My Room series where we are discussing women's health. Last episode I did have Sierra on, and she was talking a little bit about mental health and how it affects us and how we can get over it and the trauma that can sometimes be extremely detrimental to not only our physical health, but of course our brain function. I hope you guys get a chance to check that one out. Definitely do. But ultimately, I'm going to be by myself. You guys just get me today. So hopefully you still enjoy. I want to give a follow-up to my last update where I was discussing my journey with women's health and fibroids, and I had told you guys that I had a consultation planned, and so I want to kind of give you guys a follow-up with that. So so I went to my consultation. Well, first I went to get updated, just get everything updated, everything under the women's health umbrella, that being something as simple as pap smear, getting all my testing and blood work, and all that good stuff. So that all came back really good. Everything's fine there. Thank God for Jesus. I mean, I wasn't really worried. As you all know, well, maybe you don't know if you're new here, but I am abstinent and celibate. But I do still think that it's very important to stay up to date on our screenings and stuff, especially if you have been sexually active in the past at any point, just to be on the safe side. Hey, I think it's something that you should do. But that's not the point of this message, so let's move on. Honestly, let's move back for a second. Know your status. Know your status. It's a scary feeling, I guess, especially if you're out, But know your status. Like, put aside the fear, go out and actually take the test. Know your status, okay, guys? It's better to know so you can catch it and do what you need to do versus putting it off. But okay, let's get back into the original plan. Okay, so I went and everything was good there. So they were having a hard time doing my pap smear with getting a good look at my cervix, like getting a good feel of it because of how large the fibroids are. My uterus is very enlarged right now. And what's alarming about it is because I've always had fibroids. I've had them for a while. I've had, my struggles with bloating, and I've had my struggles with protrusion of my stomach, it kind of being out. But within this last, I would say since like the end of 2021-ish, the growth of it has been substantially, it's been a drastic growth. Like, very quick. Nothing like I've ever seen before. And so they were like, you know what, we want to get some more up-to-date ultrasounds. So I had to go back again to go get ultrasounds done. So they did the ultrasound over my stomach, just like you see in movies where they, do the ultrasound for the babies. They did that, but I also had to have what's called a transvaginal ultrasound, where they they go up in there and get a first-hand image of what's going on. So that was a little uncomfortable, but it wasn't anything that was painful or anything like that. Took a long time. And of course, the techs are there to get the imageries, take the pictures. They're not there to give you any type of calm or give you any type of diagnosis. So, of course, I had to wait for those results to get back to my doctor, for her to look over the results and then get back to me about what what's going on. So, okay, so what is going on is that I have what they could see. I did not have an MRI, so this is all just from the ultrasound. The placement and the enlargement of my uterus is so that vast and big right now. So they were able to see at least, let me see, I have my report right here, 1 second. I think they counted 11. I think that they 11 fibroids that they could see. I have some cysts in there, and my ovaries have quite a few cysts as well, which, you know, is actually not a very uncommon thing. That is kind of common, but because of all the other things that combined with it is, you know, not really the best. Of course, you don't want cysts anywhere, but it is common. Some of them were not so big, and some of them are very large, very large. And the doctor is pretty sure that I have something called, oh my God, I'm going to butcher this word. So I'm going to let Google say it real quick. Hold on, because I'm going to butcher this word. I have been trying to get it down, and it's hard, okay? Let's see. Here we go.
Adenomyosis.
Adenomyosis. There we go. Let's try again.
Adenomyosis.
Cannot say it. Adenomyosis. Okay. And one thing about it, it's typically, okay, first of all, before I get into that, let me tell you what it is. I'm jumping the gun here. So basically, it's a gynecological condition that causes endometrial tissue in the lining of the uterus to grow into the muscular wall of the uterus. It enlarges the uterus and may lead to very heavy menstrual bleeding, which I've experienced, unfortunately. I'm sure you guys wanted to know that. I mean, but even with fibroids, just regular fibroids, that's a common symptom. So, okay, so that is what is it, lady? Say the word again.
Adenomyosis.
That is what I really can't say it. Adenomyosis is, and that's what I'm pretty much being diagnosed with. What else? I also have a hernia, so that's not helping because the pressure on my uterus is expanding, and it's pushing my hernia out more. I'm going to insert some of my pictures. I'm so disturbed by having to share this, but I know that it's going to help somebody, and it is what it is. But I will share some pictures in here somewhere. I'm not sure where, but I will be inserting pictures. And so this is the third gynecologist that I've seen. This, of course, is the worst state that I've been in since being diagnosed with fibroids and enlarged uterus. And pretty much the first time that it was suggested for me to, if I want kids, or, you know, I better get on it, was like, I want to say when I was like 31, I'm 35 now. And I was, of course, nowhere near trying. I'm not married. I don't have a prospect of anybody who I would want to have children with. And honestly, I can't say that I 100% have ever really been fully on board onto the mommy train. Now, don't get me wrong. Love kids, love them dearly. And I feel that I would be a good mother. However, it's just, I'm not that girl that was in her room dreaming about being a mother. That's just not my claim to fame. I won't be dishonest and say that it was. I wasn't that girl that was, I can't wait to have kids. Like, I wasn't. And so, anyway, at 31, they were telling me, like, hey, you might want to think about it because it's getting bad. And I was just like, okay, well, what do you suggest? They're like, well, you can remove it, but it's not causing you any problems, so we don't know if it's worth it, because obviously I have other health issues with my blood clots, a history of blood clots in my lungs. So that, of course, increases the danger of going under the knife for me. So I can't just be going willy-nilly. Like, you're not going to ever see me. Y'all really don't need one. You'll see the pictures. You're not going to see me getting no BBL, okay? Because I can't be going willy-nilly to be getting touch-ups and redos and all that. So, yeah. So, fast forward, they put me, back when I was 31, they wound up putting me on something called Lupron, and that is like a medicine that they give to, I want to say, cancer patients. It's supposed to be like a hormone that basically puts me in menopause. Like medical menopause is what it is. It puts you in medical menopause. So it like stops your hormone. I think it's estrogen, which is a lot of times fibroids feed off of estrogen. So it's basically, you get a shot and it stops everything. You don't have a cycle. You have heat. You have all the symptoms of, literally, you have all the symptoms of being a menopausal woman. So I had to walk around with my fan. I was having night sweats, emotions up and down, all that good stuff. And by good, I mean bad. And so I got 2 of those shots. So it's one shot is good for 3 months, and you have to go back in and get another. So I had like 6 months of that. And it's supposed to help because it's not feeding the fibroids the hormones that it loves. It's supposed to help to shrink them and, stop them from growing. And it did work. It did work. It worked, but it's only so much you can do. Like, I think that would have been a more helpful treatment if I had been able to catch it before it had gotten bad. But because of how bad that it had gotten, I think that it was just not enough. Like, I would have had to probably be on that medicine for years in order for it to even somewhat do anything. And as soon as I got off of it, it's like my estrogen level, from all the estrogen that was not there, it poured into it more and more and more and more. So my last time that I had got the shot was right before I moved here to Nashville, Tennessee from Chicago. And so, as soon as I stopped taking the Lupron from my last shot, basically the fibroids began to start to grow back again and start to engorge themselves on estrogen. And so, fast forward to now. Basically, my options with this, unfortunately, because of, I'm gonna try adenomyosis. I think that's how you say it. Because of that, the only thing that can really be done at this stage is going to be management of the pain and the symptoms, which will be putting me on birth control, which is detrimental to me because of my blood clot issues. Artificial hormones in my body just really don't go well together. So that's not really going to be an option because, I might not have the heaviest period anymore, but if I'm putting myself at risk, I'd rather not. And plus, I just don't like how artificial hormones make me feel personally. But the only other option is going to be for me to have a hysterectomy. Now, I know that I had said that I was not a woman who, aspired to childbirth, to mothering. I've always said I have my stepmommy license, okay? I've always been kind of like open to the concept of adoption, being the rich TT. I love kids. I really do. And kids love me. But I never have really had that itch to have one of my own. Now, that being said, it's nothing like having someone tell you that you can't and you won't. Like, yeah, okay, for sure, I'm not really aspiring to be a mom, but it's like, I always have the option. You know, that's what you think. If I change my mind, everybody's been telling me I was going to change my mind since I was like 25, and that's 10 years later, and I still haven't changed my mind. So, I probably won't. So, add to the fact that this is going to be considered this would be a geriatric pregnancy if I were to do it. That comes with its own set of issues on top of my own other health issues with my blood clots and things like that. And this being the third doctor that pretty much told me, like, at this point, it's time for you to go ahead and either just learn how to live with it and manage it with birth control, or take out your uterus. Because fibroids, I do have fibroids. And fibroids can grow back. They normally do grow back oftentimes. They can remove the fibroids that are present. They can probably remove some of the cysts that are present too. But the parts that are actually like infused onto my muscle in my uterus, they can't remove that. It's infused. It's almost like it's becoming a part of me. It's kind of what I gather from it. Do not quote me. I am not a doctor, okay? I'm just kind of telling you what I gathered from, the diagnosis. Because of how infused it is, that's not something that they can actually just go and remove as like a growth. It's literally on me. It's on me, basically. And it's big. So it's not even just like small little things that I can learn to live with. It's pretty large. So with that being said, I think the best course of action for my quality of life, to be on the safe side, because at some point it's only so much a uterus can take. There is such thing as a uterine rupture, and your body is designed to be pregnant. Your uterus is able to expand and things like that, but it's only for a short amount of time. A pregnancy is 40 weeks. I've been pregnant for a long time. I've been pregnant with purpose, but I've been pregnant for a long time. My body is getting pushed to the limit, just due to being stretched out for so long. My body's not meant to be stretched out for that long without at least some type of break in between there. Like, even if I was to get pregnant back to back or something like that, like, at least I would still have that time frame of letting things calm down a little bit and then start to back to expand. Like, no, mine's just big all the way around. So yeah, that is the prognosis, and I am at peace with it. God had been preparing me for quite some time for such a time as this, and I'm okay with it. And I feel like it is going to be for the betterment of my life. Going to help me to not be so drained, tired. Walking around pregnant all day, y'all, it is not easy, and I salute the mothers who do it. But at least they have a little baby kicking in. At least they have something to look forward to at the end of it. I don't have an end date for mine. So, in this situation, I'm just pregnant for no reason. I don't have no rainbow at the end of this journey. So, with that being said, I want to just encourage you guys, please don't feel sad for me. Don't feel bad for me. This is all a part of God's will. This is all a part of His plan and His journey for my life. He set me up for this situation. He already gave me the heart to not have children. I don't know if that was by design. or not, but he already set me up for the ultimate will of how things were going to go in my life, and I'm okay with it. I trust him. I know that there are plenty of women who still have their uterus and still can't produce children, so I know that it'll be okay. It's going to be okay. If I have to, I wish I had the money. My sister brought up freezing my eggs, but I'm like, that's a lot of money. It's already got to deal with surgery. And I hate that I live in a society where I have to be rich in order to do certain things. But that's another topic. But yeah, don't feel sad for me. Don't feel bad for me. I'm embracing this journey and I'm okay with it. So now all the pressure is on my sister to give my mama some grandbabies. And now I don't have to hear that anymore. At least I'm still going to hear it, I'm sure. But at least I can say for sure that it's something that was not in God's will for my life. I don't ever have to have a what if type of situation because I didn't make the decisions. The decision is no longer really on me. So, that being said, I'm going to do a small reveal. I might do a full one. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. I might do a full one one of these days, but so let's see if you guys can see me. It's not really that much space right here. This is me from the side, stretched out. And it's so funny because even my doctor was saying, like, your body is like right here. Like, don't get me wrong now, I'm not no little bitty girl, but like you can just see the protrusion of it. And this is my hernia. If I push the hernia in, it won't stick out as much. But yeah, so this is what I look like right now, and this was going to be all gone very soon. That's cringe. Super cringe. I can't believe I just did that, but it's fine. I feel better about it. Just knowing that it's for the best and that my body will get a break. And I'll have a new set of issues to think about with the hysterectomy. But at least I don't have to worry about these things coming back, growing back. I won't have to worry about cycles. I won't have to worry about, if it's growing back, having to keep getting cut open for that and things like that. I think I've told you guys enough of my business right now, so I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Just please stay tuned. I actually do have my surgical consultation, my updated one, because now that we have new ultrasounds, new information, new consultation, I have another consultation for surgery. So that's going to be on May. That's going to be in May, next month around this time. So unless they get a cancellation and can squeeze me in earlier, I'm not going to really know too much more until next month. So until then, guys, I'll talk to you in my next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye.